There are various types of mindsets that can impact our well-being, either positively or negatively. One such mindset is a growth mindset, which entails the belief that our fundamental abilities can be honed and enhanced through persistence and hard work. Adopting a growth mindset allows for greater flexibility in reaching our full potential and staying true to our values without being held back by restrictive beliefs. It enables us to break free from feeling stagnant and move forward towards achieving our long-term goals in all areas of our lives. But how does one cultivate a growth mindset? Here are a few effective methods to consider. The initial step in developing a growth mindset is having faith in oneself. Once you do, you open up a world of endless possibilities. However, despite its apparent simplicity, many people still struggle with this. If you find it hard to believe in yourself, chances are you're focusing on past mistakes. In a study conducted by the Association for Psychological Science, researchers examined the brain activity of participants when they made errors. They discovered that those who believed they could learn from their mistakes and improve their performance on subsequent tasks had a growth mindset. This mindset is an integral part of believing in oneself. When you believe that you can learn from your errors, you're more willing to make them. Therefore, it's crucial to have faith in your ability to succeed. Whatever change or achievement you seek, you must remind yourself that it's possible. It might take considerable effort to convince yourself, but by focusing on the potential rewards of growth and accomplishment, you can undoubtedly do it. When predicting success, a person's natural abilities or giftedness are not the deciding factors. Instead, what matters is the individual's belief in themselves and their ability to triumph over obstacles. It's common for people to blame others for their circumstances or shortcomings. However, it's crucial to avoid doing so. Blaming others never leads to anything productive. Acting as a victim does you no good because, in reality, you're not one. When you complain about your situation or point fingers at someone else, you're not taking accountability for your life. Instead, you're making someone else responsible for your circumstances. But the fact is that you can't shift responsibility for your own life to someone else. By doing so, you're only deceiving yourself and hindering your progress. If you don't achieve the results you desire, it's important to take a step back and analyze your actions. Ask yourself what you did to get the results you wanted and what changes you can make to achieve better outcomes. Remember, you're solely responsible for your future and making the most out of your abilities and talents. Whenever you find yourself blaming someone or something, it's essential to take ownership of the situation, learn from it, and move on. To achieve change, one must cultivate curiosity. It's essential to forget what you already know and be open to new information. Embrace the feeling of not knowing and use it as a way to fuel your curiosity. Ask follow-up questions and seek out new information whenever you have the opportunity. If you think you're already a curious person, challenge yourself to be even more curious about everything. Curiosity is the best teacher, especially during times of difficulty. Successful people are always curious and searching for new ways to succeed. As Einstein said, his only special talent was being passionately curious. Curiosity is a key component of a growth mindset because it enables you to learn and grow every day. When you choose to be curious about your surroundings, you'll discover the answers that most people overlook. Avoiding failure is something that many of us strive for, but it's important to recognize that failure is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's often essential for success. Every time you fail, you learn something new that can help you to improve and ultimately achieve your goals. Unfortunately, many people are so afraid of failing that they hold themselves back from pursuing their dreams, whether it's in their careers, relationships, or hobbies. However, there are ways to overcome this fear and embrace the process of trying, failing, and learning. One approach is to adopt a growth mindset, as described by Carol Dweck, a renowned psychologist and professor at Stanford University. Those with a growth mindset see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than as a reason to give up. They believe that their intelligence and abilities can develop over time, and so they are willing to put in the effort needed to achieve their goals. By embracing failure and seeing it as an opportunity for growth, we can become stronger and more resilient. The comfort zone is a tempting place to stay, offering safety and security from the unknown. However, it's also a place where growth is limited. To truly grow, we need to step out of our comfort zones and face the challenges that lie ahead. Leaving our comfort zone can be scary and anxiety-inducing, as we venture into uncharted territory without the safety net of previous experiences. But by persevering and pushing through the discomfort, we enter the zone of learning, where we gain new skills and become better equipped to deal with challenges. With time and practice, we expand our abilities and reach new heights, creating a new comfort zone that allows us to continue growing and evolving. This process of pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone and into new experiences is essential for developing a growth mindset. A growth mindset enables us to see opportunities where others might see obstacles, and to take healthy risks that lead to positive outcomes throughout our lives. It's true that we tend to put a lot of emphasis on achieving results, but it's important to remember that the effort we put in is just as important. We should make sure to acknowledge and reward ourselves for our hard work and for taking risks, even if we don't achieve the results we were hoping for. Focusing solely on achieving results can be detrimental to our success. Instead, we should focus on the process and the techniques involved in reaching our goals. By doing this, we can learn more quickly and become more successful overall. Additionally, when we focus on the process, we tend to be happier with the outcome. Ultimately, success is about consistency and perseverance in the face of obstacles. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to sticking to good habits or developing new skills is often found in our own minds. The stories we tell ourselves and the beliefs we hold about ourselves can either hinder our progress or create space for growth. It seems that our beliefs are connected to our behavior, as those who have a growth mindset are more likely to reach their full potential. Instead of ignoring criticism, they learn from it. Rather than shying away from challenges, they overcome them. They find inspiration in the success of others rather than feeling threatened. To cultivate a growth mindset, it's important to replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Replace hate with compassion, judgment with acceptance. If you constantly put yourself down or lower your ethical standards, your decisions and their consequences will reflect that. Start paying attention to the words you use to describe yourself, even the ones you only think to yourself. If your words are negative or dark, the outcome might just be the same. So always be aware of your own words and thoughts, and strive to cultivate a more positive and growth-oriented mindset. When we constantly seek approval from others, we are looking for validation from external sources. This often leads to disappointment and a life that is not true to our own desires and needs. Seeking approval from others may cause us to conform to their expectations and miss opportunities to learn self-acceptance and self-approval, even if others do not approve. To avoid falling into this trap, it's important to cultivate self-acceptance and self-approval. Learn to trust yourself and your instincts, and do what feels right for you. Seeking approval from others can hinder your growth and development, as it takes away from your ability to create a growth mindset. It's common to believe that anything is achievable and that our goals can be accomplished overnight. However, we often forget to be realistic in the world we live in. Learning a new skill takes time and effort. Keeping this in mind can help us cultivate a growth mindset, which involves being aware that once one goal is achieved, there are always more to pursue. People with a growth mindset understand that success is not an instant result but rather a continuous process of learning and improvement. Learning from the mistakes of others can be a valuable tool in avoiding making the same mistakes ourselves. It's often said that we learn more from our failures than our successes, but since we don't have the time to make all the mistakes on our own, it's important to also learn from the mistakes of others. When a friend, family member, colleague, or anyone else makes a mistake, take the time to reflect on what lessons can be learned from it. Embracing challenges, being persistent in the face of setbacks, taking responsibility for our words and actions, and acknowledging that effort is the path to mastery are all essential elements of a growth mindset. It's why practice makes perfect. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel if you're new here. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.